What was the audition process like for Young Cruella?
Process. So it started off a little self tape that my mum filmed on her phone, and she sent it, and I didn't know, but I they liked me, but my mum wouldn't tell me that because I get my hopes up and I don't get it. And then we had a recall in London, and we travelled down to London, and it was really really good, and we had a face to face audition with Craig there, and yeah, it was really good. I was really happy with what I did, and then we had a fitting, and I could tell from there I was like, oh, we're getting somewhere. And so we were back in Cornwall, and then we travelled back down to London for the fitting, and I'm here, I just trying on these awesome clothes, and like wow. And Craig comes in with the producer, and they're like, congratulations. I'm like, oh, thank you. And I kind of just got told then. Yeah, that was the audition process. It was really fun.
Awesome. How familiar were you with the character of Cruella in the film 101 Dalmatians before you auditioned for the film? Were you a fan of 101 Dalmatians before being cast in the film?
How familiar was I with the character Cruella in 101 Dalmatians? Well, I had seen it a lot. I'd seen the Glenn Close one and the cartoon one, and they're both very good. I loved both. I always found the Glenn Close one very scary, but I loved it. I always, from a young age, loved quite adult things, and she was quite scary. So yeah, she definitely made an impression.
All right. Cruella is very into fashion. Can you tell us about the costumes you wore in the movie?
Well, I had these amazing costumes. So it started off, I tried on just a simple, sorry, just a boring school uniform, and then she had revamped it, and it had all these safety pins and badges on it. She had drawn all over it. That was amazing. It was really, really cool stuff what I wore. Yeah.
How did it feel to have Corella's iconic black and white hair? What was the hair experience like? Is that your hair or a wig?
For the black and white hair, I wore a wig. Sorry, I. So for Cruella, I had to wear a wig for the black and white hair, and the moment I put it on, I felt like Cruella, and it really got me in the zone, you could say. Every time I come back to the hotel room after a day's work and have glue all over my face, but shower it off. So I had to wear a wig. Yeah, it was really, really felt like Cruella.
Young Corella's best friend is her dog Buddy. What was it like working with dogs on set?
Well, working with dogs on set. So my puppy was Buddy, and I got him. This is Alfie. Alfie, so he was one of the two that played Buddy, and they played the same character. And it was usually his sister working, because she was quite hardcore and she didn't care, but he was usually quite sleepy with someone cuddling him. So I usually see him in night shoots. He was what made me carry on and gave me hope. He was my motivation in the whole thing. Yes, it was really fun working with dogs. I love it.
Amazing. Young Cruella crashes the biggest party in town and even swings on a giant swing to avoid getting caught. Did you do your own stunts in that scene?
In the scene when I was at the party, the big ball, when I was swinging on the swing, I did have to do my own stunts, and I did some training before, and that was by far probably that was the best scene I filmed. It was so fun. I was literally, you wouldn't really believe I was working. I was just harnessed to this swing and flying high in the sky. That was really fun. Really amazing experience. I loved that so much.
All right. Did you get to work with Emma Stone and talk about how to play the younger version of Cruella?
I did see Emma quite a bit. She was the exit. Sorry. I did working with Emma was amazing. I saw her quite a bit on set. She was really, really fun and really fun to work with. Yeah, I loved working with her.
All right. What makes Cruella different from other villains? Do you think after watching the film, people will have a different perception of Cruella?
Yes, I think they will have a different perception of Cruella. You find out her backstory and why she's a villain, and no one really knows it until you find out why she hates Dalmatians and why she's so sad all the time and crazy. Everyone will have a different perception of her.
Awesome. That's it. You did great.
Thank you.
Alfie.
Yes,
It's like big on
just read it.